Hi everyone, this is going to be a little follow-up video on a friend's blog post. Charlotte from beautyramblings.blogspot.com has been writing a little review about her Bare Minerals brushes, and she's not very happy about those brushes. And as it happens, I do own the exactly same brushes because they came in the Bare Minerals starter kit. And even though I'm also not like totally convinced with those brushes, I really do like to use them, just not for Bare Minerals products. And so I decided to make a little video for you where I talk a little bit about my experiences with Bare Minerals and about the brushes and how I do use them. And yeah, I hope you like that. So let's get started. Okay, how did I start using Bare Minerals products? For the ones who have been following my blog for a little while, then you know that I've had quite big problems with my skin over the last year because I had an eczema. It was like in the area of here, around my chin, in my mouth, and it was really annoying. And most of the year I tried to get rid of it by, for example, eating properly, by not using any makeup or lotion or whatsoever for a year. But that didn't really help. So in the summer I had heard about that mineralized skin products, especially Bare Minerals products, can actually help to make your skin get better. And I got a really good offer on that starter kit. So I thought, why not? I mean, let's just try it. And in the beginning I was really happy with their products because even though I still had that bad eczema, it still got a bit better, at least in my opinion. And I used it all over the summer into the fall, and then I unfortunately had to stop using them due to two reasons. First of all, unfortunately Bare Minerals is very dark. They have a quite dark range, and I was even using the lightest products and they were still like on the edge of being too dark. And in the summer it was okay because even though I'm so light, I do get tanned. But by November, I guess, it just became too dark and looked funky on my face, so I had to stop using it. I have to say that I went to Florida for 2 weeks in October, so I was able to extend my tan a little bit, but by the end of November, no chance whatsoever. And then the second reason why I stopped using it, even though it's just a powder makeup, it really gives you quite a lot of coverage, and unfortunately I felt quite covered up, too much for my liking. And in the beginning it was okay because of course I used it also because of the eczema and stuff, and there was need for me to cover my skin up. But by November, beginning of November, I think I started using antibiotics due to the eczema because it just didn't become better, but just became just worse and worse. And within literally 2 days of taking that antibiotic, my skin started to clear up, and by the end of November it was almost back to normal. So I also didn't really have the need to have such high coverage anymore. So that was the point when I stopped using the Bare Minerals stuff. What I have been using since then is just a tinted moisturizer, or a BB cream, how you call it nowadays. And a little bit of concealer on my eyes and some pimples here and there, some minor stuff. And then my M.A.C mineralized skin finish in light on top of it. And that works just fine for me. And in the beginning, because I really liked those brushes, by the way, I got them here. This is the Full Flawless Face Brush. And yeah, this says also Flawless Face, but I like the bigger one a bit better than this one. And so I tried using them with my skin finish, and what I noticed was that those two brushes take up a lot of product when it comes to compact powder, but don't really give it off on the skin again. And with a product I'm using on a daily basis, like the mineralized skin finish from M.A.C, it just seemed like a waste to use those brushes, because it just seemed like a waste that the product was going to waste. So yeah, I put those two brushes away, even though I really like them. Now, because I do like those brushes so much, I invented a little personal, I don't know if I don't want to call it a trick, but I'm using them for my colored mineralized skin finishes, also from M.A.C. And I do own 4 of them. I do own Lightscapade, which I only use as a highlighter because it's just way too light. And then I do have the pink porcelain from the same limited edition. And then I got the new Blondie and Redhead. I hope it focuses in some kind of way. I've never tried. I'm using the good camera at the moment, where I usually take my pictures with. So let's see how that works. I do get tanned in the summer, but in the winter I'm quite light. And I do need some kind of blush, because otherwise I'm just looking pale like a ghost and sick. But because I'm so light, blush always shows quite easily on my skin. And I'm always a bit worried of looking overly blushed or streaky or whatsoever. And what I actually started doing is I apply blush, and then depending on the blush color, I'm using my skin finishes on top, either just to blend in the edges or just over the whole blush area, just on top of it. And for that, those 2 brushes are just great. Of course, they still take up more product than they do give off, so it's still somewhat of a waste, but I'm not using all of those every day. I'm using it every day, but not the same one every day. So I'm using those maybe once, maximum of twice a week, instead of every day like I do with the powder mineralized skin finish. So here it seems okay to use that kind of brush. And depending on the blush color, I said I use like the different ones. For everything reddish orangey blush wise, I'm using the Redhead, and I love it. It's you can actually, that is the only skin finish which shows on my skin without even blush. I can put this on and you can actually see it, which just shows how light I am, I guess. But this one works really good with everything reddish orangey, which is yeah, really coming this spring. And then, oopsie, I do have the porcelain pink and the blonde, and I thought first, I was a bit worried before I got the blondie if they would be too similar, but they're not. The porcelain pink is way darker than the blondie, so what I'm doing is I'm using the porcelain pink for darker pinkish blushes, and I'm using the blondie for lighter pinkish blushes to not become too dark, if that makes sense. And yeah, depending on my mood, I'll just like blend in the edges so that it, like, I use it somewhat of like a highlighter, or I just put it on top. I think today I got it like all on top. I used the reddish blush from the new mineralized collection from M.A.C. I'm not sure what the name is right now, and then I put the Redhead on top. And for me it works great. Of course you have to try your own like how it works for you, but invent your own kind of tricks. But yeah, and for that, those 2 brushes are great. So this was it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, sorry for not making a video in such a long time, but I'm actually busy studying. Like, you can't see the table next to me, but it's like filled with all my study crap. So yeah, and let me know what you would like me to make a video about, and because I'm open to any suggestions and critique and whatsoever. And yeah, I hope you have a great day, and you stay tuned. Bye bye!